What is purpose? This is a pillar that is super important to discuss in terms of connection to purpose. I believe purpose is the ultimate fulfillment that you and I can experience when we follow God's plan for our lives. That's just the simplest way to put it. Purpose can be so many different things to people, whether it's their gift sets, their skill, making sure that they're doing what they've been called to do, right? We use that term a lot in Christianity, calling. And purpose, in the simplest way to understand it, is how I am fulfilled when I'm connected to God's plan in my life. How is God's plan being developed and actually lived by every day of my life? That is purpose. There's a sense of peace. There's a sense of reward. When I sit in my office and I can meet with hundreds of people, families, relationships, marriages, and I can offer them some advice, some counsel, wisdom as to how to better their lives and connect them in faith to God. That is my purpose. And I am fulfilled. Every day I can go to sleep with lightness and fulfillment because I know that I am walking in God's plan for my life. Every time I sit in front of this camera and I can speak to you and I can challenge you and encourage you to be the man that God has called you to be, that is my purpose. That you can hear my voice and you can be reminded of who you are, which also should remind you of who you are not, right? Be the man that God has called you to be. That ultimately is purpose. It connects us to God's design, what he intended for us. Like Jeremiah says in Jeremiah 1:5, he says that before God formed us, he knew us, he separated us, he sanctified us. And it says it all in past tense. Because remember, God lives in an eternal present. He's stepping into our world, which is chronos, that word meaning chronological. He's stepping into our world to sort of remind us that he's involved, that he is active, that he's doing the work, but yet it's already happened in the eternal present. He already knows the outcome. He already knows that you that are listening and watching right now have a purpose that's specific to you, because he did that before the foundations of the earth. He formed you in your mother's womb. He separated you. Yes, were there potential bad things that have happened to you, evil things that have happened to you? Yeah, probably so. God knew that. He knew in his sovereignty that it would happen. Were doors shut down for you? He knew that. Were businesses defaulted or closed or disrupted because of XYZ? He knew all of that. And yet his plan for you is to fulfill his plan for you. Did you catch that? See, there's nothing that gives us more security in life than to be in God's will, right in the center, right smack in the middle of his will. It's the safest place to be. And it gives us the security that we need in order to do what we have to do. This was Moses' challenge. You know, Moses was faced in front of this bush that would burn, but it would not be consumed. And remember, Moses had fled because he had murdered an Egyptian. He experienced the injustice of the Egyptian against a Hebrew man, and Moses was furious and angry, and he decided to take matters into his own hands, and he murdered the Egyptian and he fled. And yet God was calling Moses, and Moses had a murder in his rap sheet. He had supposedly stuttering issues. He couldn't speak. And God would speak to him, Moses, you are the chosen one. But God, I don't even know how to speak. And God said, don't worry, your brother Aaron will speak on your behalf and he'll represent me. And so Moses is challenged with this. Okay, God has a plan for me. I don't feel qualified. I don't feel like I even know what I'm supposed to do. But Moses ultimately obeyed. And so for you and I to walk in God's purpose, we need to understand that he does have a plan for us, that he formed us and he knew us and he separated us for a task at hand. And we must obey in order to live that fulfillment that gives us purpose and meaning in life. Outside of that, we will walk aimlessly, we will toss and turn, we will stress, we will have all of these challenges that we face and not feel as if though they will kind of dissipate, because we're trying to take matters into our own hand. We're trying to be logical. We're trying to do all these things that we naturally want to do to control our situation, when God is saying, just trust me, because I ultimately know what your purpose is in this life.